Welcome to episode 222 of the official Gamestitch Podcast. I'm Ryan Walton. As always, I'm joined by Dan Reamer.
Good morning and happy Easter.
And Matt Bowden.
Thank you for having me.
It's excellent to have you today.
God damn it.
Ba-dum-bum.
On this fine Easter day. It's not Easter when you're listening, of course, but it's Easter when we're recording. Dude, that was good. I wasn't even going to do it until you popped the Happy Easter. Like, man, how can I make this more Easter at the end?
That's how you did it.
Dropping an egg pun on
Nothing
them.
says Easter like a horrible pun.
Like an egg pun? And
Like an
pastels.
egg
Egg pun and pastels are what Easter is all about.
Oh, yeah.
Somehow rabbits also.
Yeah.
You know, egg-laying rabbit.
Egg-laying rabbits, bro. He wears the fake ears.
The rabbit wears fake ears?
Yeah, the Cadbury one. Like funny. Maybe the chick wears fake ears. He has real ears. Somebody wears fake ears.
Why would a rabbit wear fake rabbit ears?
They have a little chick that wears fake ears.
Yeah, because the chick's laying the eggs because the rabbit's live birth, and that'd be gross.
But what the rabbit does is the rabbit has regular ears, like his own ears, but he makes the bark, 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 bark sound.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
What if it was like, what if the Easter Bunny, we hunted like little live birth rabbit fetuses instead of eggs?
Yeah, it doesn't have the same ring to it.
You think that's why they went with eggs way back when?
Yeah, fetus hunt doesn't sound like anything I want to go on.
Depends on what you're looking for.
Have you seen a newborn rabbit?
Yeah, they look like just a little...
Like so they're not adorable at first, but like a week later, they're the most adorable looking little things.
Newborn everything looks
If they could make
yeah.
rabbits stay like the size of like a mouse, gotta have a flock of them. If they hopped and everything the same, but they were that small.
I don't think they're a flock.
They are when I have a big group of them.
You'd end up stepping on one.
Oh, yeah. Crushing its eyeballs pop out. It's got that
when
thing
you
where
walk,
goes.
when you have a flock of them, they know where you're going to step, and they leave holes for you to step.
They don't.
That's not true.
That's not true at all.
You've never had a flock of mini rabbit?
No, but I got a flock of cats, and I know they can't handle it, so I doubt rabbits can, too.
Yeah, they're too big.
I don't think cats are a flock either, to be fair.
Yeah, they're a gaggle.
No.
That's geese.
Yeah, it's something stupid. Like oh fuck, I gotta look it up now.
It's a gang of cats.
Please do. It's a gang. Warriors, come out and play! Yay!
There's nothing more exciting on a podcast than Google time.
A group of cats is referred to as a clouder or a glaring.
Good old clouder.
The English
I like
language
better
is
than
so
a clouder
stupid
cat.
sometimes. I tell you what.
You call a male cat a tomcat as long as they still got their balls. But if they don't, you call them a jib.
Oh, jib. You don't want to be a jib.
An unaltered female is called a queen.
Isn't a jib a sail?
I thought so. Or guts. Jibs means guts also.
It's a horrible conversation. Why the fuck are we talking about this?
It's your fault. All we had to do was keep going. But you're like, what's the technical term for that?
Sorry, I'm on rabbits now. Just calm down.
I didn't. I said I didn't ask what it was. I just told you what it wasn't. There's a difference.
A group of rabbits is known as a nest or occasionally a warren.
Oh, yeah, Warren. I knew that.
Warren Buffett. I like a nest of rabbits.
I like a nest, little nest of rabbits.
Yeah, a whole mess of them over there in that nest.
And that Warren.
They're weird when they have their babies. The wild rabbits, they like pluck fur out of their bellies and line the hole with it.
Oh, shit, there's a petition to change it from a nest to a fluffle.
Ooh.
Like a fluffle of rabbits.
Fluffle's better.
Yeah, because if you've ever felt a rabbit, they feel like a fluffle. They have these sauces. You're going to sign it?
Mm-hmm.
Has it got like 12 names on it?
How many does it have to get? 100,000 or some shit? Isn't that how the petitions work?
Yeah, 100,000, then they shred it.
Right. Then they go, oh, yep, this is a thing.
Yeah. You guys got any more, or are we good here? I never understand that, because they're like, help us get the 100,000 on this petition. It's like, why someone else can not care? It just goes to a different desk, and he's like, okay, sure.
Cool.
We're not going to do that, but thanks.
Cool story, bro. That's how that goes.
Yeah. Maybe we should start a petition website.
I guess so.
Don't they have one?
What's it for?
Just all petitions. It's like petition.org.
Change.org?
Yeah, maybe that's. I think petitions one too, but you don't have to follow through with anything. It's like being a weather person.
It's awesome.
Like, yeah, we tried.
They're like Kickstarters, but even less serious.
Give it a shot.
Yeah, with no commitment on any part.
This is kind of what we thought. Just
I'll pop
they
a
get
name
paid
on
to
it.
gamble, basically, weather people.
All right. I just want to sign the petition. I don't want to do any of the work to accomplish the goal.
Do you have to put your name in and everything? Phone number, that way they can call you with, "This is Sarah from Account Cardholder Services."
Right.
Thanks,
We
Sarah.
have a
Click.
sensitive matter to discuss with Matthew Bowden. Are you Matthew Bowden?
Yeah.
Nothing's wrong with your card.
Your case number is
Click.
J4267355.
You're like,
You need
"Shit,
to
I don't have a-
contact us immediately, or the
don't have a
authorities
pen."
will be involved.
I don't have a pen. Going to prison.
I always hit them with the, can you tell me what the matter of business is? They're like, sorry, we can't discuss that until we know we're speaking to Matthew Bowden. I'm like, well, can't tell you that unless you're willing to tell me what the business is, and then I click on them.
Oh, I've had that discussion with them too. They're like, well, we need to know your address. I'm like,
Why?
you called me.
Right.
You know who the fuck I am.
Surely, if you could get that information on my phone number, you could figure out where I live.
Right, if you could get my cell phone number, my address is much easier to come by, I promise.
I never get a real person. I always get the recording.
But the recording sounds like
you
a
ever try
lady.
calling back, though?
Yeah, sometimes when I'm
Because, like,
angry.
the first time it happened, I kind of panicked a little bit, because it did sound official.
Dan's like, prison, 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 prison.
And then they're like, when they ask for oh, we need to verify this is you. What's your address? Like, what do you mean? You called me. What is there to verify? You called me. I called you back. If it's something bad and it wasn't me, why would I call you back? Because you made it sound bad. You said the authorities were going to get involved.
All you need is my credit card and social to make this go away. Here you go.
Right.
The security code is 127. So we're good now? Yeah, those people are crazy. I always just get the automated ones, though, and as soon as you pick up, even if they try to sound real, it takes too long to start. The robot's got to play the message quicker. Because I answer, and it's always from some like place that's close, but not too close.
Yeah, like Iowa or Chicago.
No, they come from Tennessee.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
but
don't
they'll
get
come
ones
from,
from
like,
Tennessee.
Columbia or Hole in Wall or something like that. And I'm like, I don't know anybody from the Alcoa. And I pick up, and there's a pause, and there's like, nothing's wrong with your card, but stay on the line for an important message. So then I hang up. Or there's the one that's like, hold on, I'm having trouble with my headset. And then they start talking as if they're a real person.
I never got that one.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It sounds it. Did you listen to it through just to see how it went?
No, that's as far as I got, and I hung up. I don't want to give them the satisfaction of thinking they almost got me, because I feel like somewhere there's like a listen time, and if your time is high, then they increase your number of calls.
Right. They got to track something.
Yeah. They got to track something.
They got to track something.
Speaking of tracking, I passed the 75-hour mark on Zelda. And
Embarrassing.
I'm going for a cool 100 before I finish this game.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I'm at like 100. I'm at like 120 hours on Mass Effect. Haven't finished it yet.
Is there even an ending?
Yeah, there's an ending.
They do that part yet?
They got patched in later.
Yeah, patch it in. We didn't think anybody get this far. This is a kill screen right now.
I'm not having this conversation with you fuckers. All I gotta do is listen to you talk about Amiibo and Zelda.
Man, I'd
Makes me
love
wanna
to.
Kill
Thanks for bringing it
myself
up.
or somebody else or strangle a puppy, something.
I wasn't going to spend any time on Zelda other than saying at 75, I'm still seeing tons of new stuff every time I play.
I wasn't either. I was just gonna say I was at 120 and haven't finished it yet. Still playing it, still loving it.
I think I'm in the 25 to 30 range now, which is pretty much where I've been the whole time. I've put about an extra 4 hours into it since the last time, but I did pick up Graceful Explosion Machine and Mr. Shifty this week. Those were really good for the price. I think Graceful Explosion Machine was like $12, and it's like Resogun and a little bit of like Geometry Wars mixed in there. That's a really good game. And then Mr. Shifty's kind of like Hotline Miami, and I expect that game Ape Out to be a lot like it.
Also played, I think you did too, Matt, the Puyo Puyo Tetris demo.
Yeah, I played that too. That was really good.
It was really good.
I don't know if I'm gonna That's one of those games I don't know if I'm going to buy it because I don't know that I would continue to play it.
We could battle online, though.
Mm-hmm. And we do need an online game.
The thing about Tetris or Puyo Puyo is that one of us will be better than the other.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No matter what. So once that person establishes them as the dominant Puyo Puyo player, the other person will just they'll just lose all the time.
Until it eventually winds down to not playing anymore because they lose all the time.
It's kind of like when we play Tricky Towers. Like, Match is better at Tricky Towers, so we could play 100 times. I'm just going to keep losing.
Yeah.
Because I've peaked at my skill level. I don't know if you have or not, but you're above me regardless.
Right.
So that's my fear with Puyo Puyo. But I really want to play it, like, in depth. I want to get into it. I want to try to be good at it. I want to try to beat people online, even though I know that won't happen. It's coming for PS4 and Xbox One also, if you're not into switching it up.
Yeah, but need those Switch games right now.
Yeah.
I don't.
Mario Kart right around the corner.
I'm good.
Carting it.
Got M-Kart, got
Minecraft.
Else.
Minecraft's not far.
In May. Yeah.
It's not far. Damn, when you picking up your Switch?
Christmas time.
That's so far away.
They won't have them. Don't worry about it.
Don't feel like I'm missing a goddamn thing.
They're having a Mario Kart bundle.
Okay.
Good luck getting it.
Good for them.
I mean, could be yours. That's what I'm saying.
Won't be. It won't be.
I mean, think about it, though.
I don't want it.
But I want you to have it, though.
I don't care. Buy one for me, then.
No, I mean, I don't want you to have one that bad, but I want you to have one with your own money.
We're just caught in the in-between place, then.
Did I tell you I popped on the pre-order for those yellow controllers?
Yeah, you did, but I got the feeling like you're not going to make it to
me
release.
too.
I don't know. Yeah, I just did it so I could decide later.
They look
do look good.
They're like a tennis ball yellow, chartreuse maybe.
Yeah,
they
look good against
bright.
that black. Yeah,
I actually found a good find at Goodwill yesterday. It's a movie. It's not game. Wandering through Goodwill, I found the double pack Cobra, Tango, and Cash, $1.99.
Man, Tango Cash
classic.
Easily worth that by itself.
Which one?
Tango and Cash.
I'm a big fan of Cobra. Cobra's really good.
Cobra's
I like
really
Tango
good
and
too.
Cash a lot.
Man, Cobra
Underrated.
is Sylvester Stallone at his best.
I'm switching back to video games.
Okay.
I went to GameStop yesterday and they had like 6 used Joy-Con already.
Really?
Yeah.
The gray ones?
Are they the left ones?
No, they're just the gray ones. It appears people are buying the different colors and they're trading their standards.
Oh, for the other colors?
I wonder what the trading credit on those standards are.
They're reselling for $44 each.
So you're probably getting 18 out of
That's
them.
more than they cost new. Because
Really?
they're $80 new for a pair.
It's $79.99 for a pack of 2.
Yeah, they're selling for $44 each right now, used, because they have no new. So
True.
rip-offs yeah.
That's
Supply
what
and
demand
demand,
does.
but
that's how the
too
market
high.
works.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy 'em.
GameStop could at least charge the same price as a new one. But why would we expect that, GameStop? Suck dicks.
Man, harsh words after their credit card breach last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, still fuming off of that, huh? I went online to see if I've bought anything from them, and I have, but that card does no longer exist, so I don't really care.
I haven't bought anything.
Yeah,
It was just
purchase
online,
something.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I made another sweet purchase this week.
Of what?
Our friend Hoffman Show sent us a message letting us know that the Lego Worlds was on sale for $20.
Yes. So you want
marked
to
down
pick that
from
up?
30 to well, no, not exactly. I had $5 off from Best Buy. So the store didn't have one in stock, so I did a pickup in store, but it won't be there till Wednesday of this week.
Gotcha.
So I will pick it up, but I already paid for it. So I paid like $15 for Lego Worlds. I'm excited. He said the building's extremely hard, so I don't know how much I'll enjoy it, but the gameplay apparently is awesome. So I look forward to at least unlocking everything, and then if I decide to build, great, and if not, I'm sure I'll get $15 worth out of it. It's a good deal.
If you ever open it
Oh, no, I'll open it.
and play it.
Well, I get carried away. I got quite a list. I still got to get back to Horizon. That's a must. I just got to get away from Zelda because it's too similar.
So
I think I want-
I have to get back to Horizon 2, which I plan on doing. I'm just caught up in Mass Effect right now. I mean,
I have to insert a palate cleanser between those two, though. Need something to just get me off of. Maybe I'll play Zelda all the way up till Mario Kart, and then once I play Mario Kart for a little amount of time, I'll be comfortable to go back to Horizon and then play that and Mario Kart together.
Yeah, that's a good combo. That's a good combo because they're different enough from each other. You can go back and forth from one to the other and not feel, I guess, like you're being repetitive or bored, I guess, maybe.
Once I check out a Zelda, I'm probably done.
Yeah.
So I want to juice that game for everything I can get, because my guess is that when it comes out of the system for good, that's it.
It's not going back in?
I doubt it. Like when I replace it, I'll play Bomberman here and there, but when I replace it, I'm probably done. So I want to get everything I can get.
That's fair.
If this is your first time here, this group of best friends gathers around these mics, these microphones. Not a guy named Mike. Or multiple guys named Mike.
Because that'd be weird. Unless he was holding the microphone. What if Mike was holding the microphone, though?
Oh, man. That's some Inception stuff.
I know, right? Spin the top, bitch. Spin the top.
Wow. That's not at all what this show's about. The Inception Podcast. We gather around these mics. We talk about all the gaming news you care about. We wrap it up in the garbage dumpster fire that this is. And thanks for joining us. Thanks for being here. Take your pants off. Get comfortable. We're going to be with you for about another hour, maybe a little less. It's Easter. We got to hunt some eggs. But if you like what you hear, make sure you support us on patreon.com/Gamestitch. Toss us a couple bones on there. We got some cool rewards. We got some cool goals we're trying to hit. We got a live show coming up thanks to your funding. So keep making the things come true over there, the dreams, people call them. Making the dreams come true.
This Thursday for the live show.
Yeah.
420.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, dude.
Guess what we're going to be doing on that.
Yeah.
Blaze a J.
Just Blaze 420, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Roast a bone, sir.
Wow. Smoke a hooter. 420.
Taking a little MJ.
Mm-hmm. A little Mike Jackson.
Michael Jordan.
Mary Jane.
Oh, we were both wrong.
I can go all day with MJ names.
What was the last one?
Marty Jannetty. He's the
wrestler.
Yeah, he was Shawn Michaels' tag team partner. He's the guy that got super kicked through the fucking window when Shawn Michaels became like a superstar.
I probably would have been out right there. That was probably the last MJ I know.
Right, the Rockers, right? So you never want to be the Marty Jannetty of the group.
Too late, Matt. No, I'm kidding.
That took a turn. You can also support us by rating us on iTunes. It really helps other people discover this podcast, and the more people that listen, the more outlandish we'll get.
Yes, ratings. It's all about ratings, people.
It is about ratings.
Put those stars up there. Say nice things about us. Say shitty things about us. Don't care.
Put the stars up, though.
Put the stars up.
Put the stars up.
We need more people to hear us, to hear the breadth of information that we have for them. Get
the
it
breadth
done.
of the wild information.
Not stop it.
I sent Dan a text earlier in the week, and I said, what do you want to talk about this week? And he said, make sure it's all about the Switch.
Mm-hmm.
So the biggest story of the week is all about Nintendo Direct. They did a Direct. The Direct was, as most Directs are, I thought the Direct was good. It didn't feel anything like the press conference they had. They did have the guy that was disappearing and reappearing. I think he's the guy that starts it, but he goes away really quickly. It's about 30 minutes long. And I just want to recap some of the things we saw, some release dates that got updated, some big news there. So Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, April 28th. Nintendo says it'll have more characters, more tracks from the very beginning than any other Mario Kart, which makes sense because it's just a rehash of the Wii U one.
Mm-hmm.
So they've got to add some value there because that's a $60 game.
Now, I have a question about this real quick.
Yes.
This is more specifically for Matt, but for you too. You're both planning on getting this, right?
Yes.
But if you guys consistently rag on Sony for releasing remasters.
Yep.
And yeah, what you're saying is it's okay for Nintendo to do it because they're Nintendo?
It's not okay, but whatever. You gotta buy some games, dude.
It's what you have. That is what it is.
I will say it's a little different than a remaster. I mean, they're adding new tracks. They've added a battle mode. I mean, it's more like a plus. But I buy the remasters on PlayStation also. So
yeah, I mean, with Nintendo, it seems to be that when they launch a new console, that's all they do is cross-launch titles. So I get it. I don't know. I hate it no matter what when people re-release games, but then we're gonna put Mario Kart 9 out this soon, and like Ryan said, there's enough extra content there to make it different enough. Plus, I didn't buy it on the Wii U, so you know, I don't feel.
My dog wants to be on the podcast. I don't know if anybody can hear that.
2 weeks in a row.
Sure. Somebody shut that dog up, please.
Look at the rage.
God.
Rage monster. Pull the power cord out.
Yeah, so I don't feel as pissy about Wii U games hitting the Switch, because the Switch is kind of a different beast, where like the PS3 and the PS4 are pretty much the same thing as far as like the way games are played. The Switch does make it different enough that putting a game like Mario Kart 8 out again on that is different, kind of.
It's probably pretty similar to the way it plays on the Wii U, but I think the new content is enough to make it something different. I mean, Splatoon 2 is just Splatoon.
Yeah,
but with new maps and new weapons and new character customization. So
the ability to have it on a console that you take anywhere is what makes it different, right?
Right.
Well, I guess my next question to that is, my assumption. I don't know if it's been spoken of, but my assumption that this is going to be a full price retail game.
Yep.
Right.
$59.88 on Amazon right now.
And now, what do you guys think about that? Because most of your remasters for the other systems come in cheaper, $39.99, $29. You know, Last of Us was $29.99.
Yeah, I think Nintendo's trying to retcon the Wii U.
Are you okay with paying full price for the same game twice with a few additions?
I don't think it's I don't think it's fair to call it a remaster. I mean, they're adding a lot of new content.
Do we know it's a lot of new content, or is that an assumption because Nintendo told us?
No, I mean, it's new tracks, it's new characters. I've seen the battle mode; it looks awesome. You know, the ability to play it online anywhere. I mean, you're paying for features you didn't have before. Now, are the graphics the same, and are some of the tracks the same? They have been on every Mario Kart that's ever come out. The graphics are going to be, you know, similar, probably be a little more polished, but the tracks, some of those tracks have come forward all the way, you know, from the first Mario Kart. So, I mean, that's not unrealistic. Now, there are some games that if they start re-releasing with, you know, if they come out with Pikmin and it's the same game, that would be a problem for me, but these are different enough between Splatoon 2 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. I mean, they're different enough that I think having the ability...
They warrant full price?
Yeah, paying $60 to play it on the Switch, not to play it on the Wii U.
Okay.
That game's still $60 on the Wii U.
Well, yeah.
It hasn't gone down.
Well, that's all right. I mean, that's its original iteration. I understand that. I was just curious. I'm not, you know, making a judgment or saying it's wrong or right. I'm just wondering where you guys stand on it, because I know in the past you've kind of dug at Nintendo and Xbox for the re-releases. So I just
think
wanted
it's
to see where you guys stood on it.
I mean, when you come out with the same exact thing and there's no difference, I think it's different. I think that has to fall into that $20 to $40 mark. But if you're adding enough content, you know, and you know, enough is something that's going to be different for you and Matt and me. But
okay,
yeah, especially when it's content that wasn't released before. And you know, I think Nintendo is, you know, I said a second ago, I think they're just trying to retcon the existence of the Wii U. It's
weird though, because this one is getting the most flack as being a re-release, but Splatoon is identical. It is just new. It's just new maps.
Yeah, it does have that horde mode now, though.
Yeah, but it's the same thing, though. It is just a re-release with new content, just like Mario Kart is. But no one's shitting on Splatoon in the media the same way Mario Kart's getting a lot of flack from a lot of different websites. But I think it's the naming. If they would have just called it something different,
like they call it Mario Kart 9,
I don't think people would have cared. Even if it was the same exact thing it is now, I don't think anyone would have cared if they would have just called it Mario Kart 9.
Yeah.
Because having played, you know, Splatoon in depth and then jumping in the global test fire, like, that is the same game. You know, the maps that they let you play in global test fire were new maps, but like the way everything worked, that's just the same game. The graphics, the controls, like, it's just the same game.
Okay.
So, and that'll be $60
yeah, like
as
I said,
well.
I was just wondering where you guys stood on that, because I know we've given them a lot of flack in the past for that kind of thing, and this Nintendo's kind of doing the same thing.
I
I get that it's a little different because they are adding a little more. From a certain point of view, I guess you could look at it with the games on Sony and Microsoft. You usually get the DLC included. That could be considered new content from a certain point of view.
But you can't get the things that are in this. Like, they don't exist even as DLC. Also, only at max 12 million people played these before.
True.
So it's not the same kind of situation as when Uncharted comes out and you're like, well, who didn't play Uncharted?
Right.
Like, a lot of people didn't play almost everything on the Wii U because no one bought one.
Right.
So they are appealing to a brand new audience for the most part.
Okay.
Just because I don't think anyone played these games. I don't think anyone played Splatoon.
I was just like I said, I was just curious.
Yeah, I mean the pricing could be cheaper, but I don't see why they would do that because they'll sell at $60.
It doesn't have to because there's not enough Switches out there. There's not enough games out there to where they need to.
Yeah, they'll sell these. Their attach rate will be crazy, just like it was for Zelda, where they attach like 93%. They'll do the same thing for Mario Kart, and Splatoon maybe not do as well, but Mario Kart will. Let's move on. Ultra Street Fighter 2, May 26th. This game I think is too expensive. Just because it has been released all kinds of different ways. It does come with new content, so I mean, same argument to the people that it would be, that will think this is worth it.
To the same extent, though?
I think if you're into this,
I heard two new fighters. That's
HD
all
graphics, and they do have the pixelated graphic settings. 2 new fighters, and then of course the online stuff.
Okay.
Fighting games are fun. And so I think that to be able to have a Street Fighter on the Switch is pretty freaking cool. The price is a little bit high, but like the argument is still like, what the fuck else are you going to play? I'm not saying that like I already own like, I don't know, probably 8 games. I'm not saying that there aren't games. I'm just saying there's not this overwhelming amount of like shit that you have to shovel through. Like all the games that come out are worth buying. So like, what are you going to do? Not buy it? Like, just, if you're interested, you buy it, whether it's $60 or $12,
Well, at a certain point, too, Nintendo does have to appeal to those people who buy a game based on name. So they need the people who will buy a game because it's Street Fighter, who might not necessarily buy, what's the one that you like, Ryan, that's coming out? Sleepaway Camp? That's not it. What's the other one? You played it on the PS4 all the time.
No, you're going to have to be more specific. It's not ringing any
like
bells.
Harvest Moon.
Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley.
Sleepaway Camp.
I almost nailed it.
It's a great movie. Shut your mouth.
I wish that I didn't suck at fighting games, but I'm terrible at them. So the value isn't there because I want to enjoy myself. I'm sure the value's there for the people who are into Street Fighter. Also, to speak to that a little bit, the big names are important because they didn't have the big names on the Wii U.
Right.
So establishing right off the front that these people, Activision, Capcom, they're there to support us, Ubisoft.
Right.
Right. I think
we have these people.
You want to flaunt it, yeah.
Yeah, that's what's really important about Street Fighter is that Capcom's on board, which means that you could potentially get a Resident Evil, you could potentially get anything that's huge for a Mega Man again. You could get a lot of stuff out of Capcom.
I'm gonna skip some of these titles and just hit what I think are the bigger ones. Right. Minecraft May 11th. Mm-hmm. Now there's a Sonic Forces, which is Holiday 2017, and a Sonic Mania Summer. I mentioned both of them because I really wanted to play one and I really didn't want to play the other, and I can't remember which is which. So one of those, which is
Sonic Mania, is probably going to be the good one, though. That's like old Sonic.
Yeah, one of them looks like a rehash, like the next old Sonic.
All right,
that's the one I want to play. Let's skip all the way down to Disgaea 5, May 23rd.
Yep. I think we have copies of that coming, so we'll be able to do some review on that one.
Puyo Puyo Tetris. I'm not sure what the date is on that. What I pulled doesn't have the date. The demo's available now, though.
Yeah, it's
close.
like next week. It's like the same week as Mario Kart.
Yeah, it's close. Monopoly, fall 2017. I'll tell you why I mentioned Monopoly is because it uses the dynamic rumble.
The HD rumble.
You can feel the die in your hand.
HD rumble is the coolest thing. Right, I wish that there was some practical use for it because it's really cool.
Yeah, so that looks cool. Namco Museum, summer 2017. That'll probably be fun to have some of those games, even though we've had them 100 times.
Yeah, but Pac-Man and stuff like that will be there.
Yeah. May 19th, they're coming out with a standalone Switch dock, so that if you have 2 TVs that you want to play the Switch on, now you don't have to move your dock back and forth. They also announced ARMS is launching June 16th, and Splatoon 2 will be launching July 21st. Along with the launch of ARMS, they're also launching those badass bright yellow controllers, those Joy-Con that you were speaking of. So it's the same. They also showed a battery adapters for your Joy-Con so that they can run off AA's in case the 15 hours that they get isn't enough. The confusing thing about people having battery issues with the Joy-Con is that the tablet itself only lasts like 4 hours.
Right.
So what are you doing with your 15-hour battery life on your controllers? Because you got to charge the system.
Maybe they're playing it with the people who just leave it plugged into the dock and just keep their controller on the table.
Maybe. I'd like to go ahead and announce that is the worst way to play it.
Yeah, it is.
Using the controller, the Joy-Con in the grip with it in the dock is the worst way to play it. If you're playing it that way, though, good for you. Buy these battery packs. If nothing else, it looks like it makes the controllers way easier to hold. Because it puts a little girth back there on the back. A little girth. They also showed off some new Zelda-themed amiibo, which I'm sure sold out instantly because people are insane over these because they get you stuff in the game. They showed off a Majora's Mask, a Twilight Princess, and a Skyward Sword. So it's likely they unlock stuff in Breath of the Wild. There's still they've shown the Skyward Sword. People have found it, and there's also the Fierce Deity link that people have found, and there's still not an amiibo to accompany that. So who knows what all is in that game and what they have planned for amiibo in the future. Let's see. They also showed off some of the other amiibo they have coming, which are like Cloud, and there's Smash Brothers stuff. Maybe some of the Fire Emblem people. I don't know any of the Fire Emblem people, so it could be them, and I wouldn't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
They showed off some more 3DS games to show that that's not dead, apparently. Hey Pikmin, July 28th. It looked pretty awesome. They also have that new Pikmin amiibo coming out that same day. Monster Hunter Stories, fall 2017. Yokai Watch 2, fall 2017. RPG Maker Fez, June 27th. The cool thing about this is that it's a crossover characters with Disgaea, so you can use those characters to write your stories. But everyone will be able to play these games even if you don't buy the game. So it'll be available. There's a free version that lets you play everybody's creations.
That's really cool. Which
is super smart because enough people won't buy this game to play them. But if they can play for free, it may get some traction there. So that's pretty cool. Miitopia is weird. It's almost like a was that weird game that they had that your characters just exist and they talked and you just watched them? I forget what it was called. It came out last year. It's like a cross with that, but you have your whole little city and the logo's got like a sword in it.
Sounds like it's just trying to be a Nintendo version of PlayStation Home.
Yeah, sort of. It's weird. It's weird looking. Kirby Clash Deluxe is available now. Kirby's Blowout Blast is available this summer. And Bye Bye Box Boy, which is the end of the trilogy for the Box Boy, is available now. Looks great. It's also from the Kirby team. So the Kirby amiibos, they work and give you special costumes for your Box Boy, Dan.
Wow, I'll have to go out and buy two.
You see all this integration with the amiibo? You thought they weren't worth it.
I do.
You thought they weren't worth it.
I see all this integration.
It's everywhere. They showed a ton of ARMS gameplay.
They're proud of this game.
I gotta say, in a weird way, I'm sort of interested now.
Yeah, I just don't want to play it the way they want you to play it. Swinging your arms around like a goof.
You can put separate like weapons on each fist, which I didn't know that was coming. There's a girl whose arms are made out of ramen, which I appreciate. Cool. Yeah, I like ramen a lot.
Well, is it before or after it's cooked?
I don't know. I got to think it's got to be after, because if not, it would just snap.
Right.
Yeah.
It looks fun. It looks like the kind of fighting game that no one is great at, which is kind of neat. It almost has like a Punch-Out vibe.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fast-paced. I don't know. It just looks interesting. I'm interested. I don't think I'm $60 interested. But that game was totally off my radar, and for some reason, after watching that gameplay, I was like, it does look fun.
Yeah, but there's nothing more that I don't want to do than swing my arms around while I'm playing a video game.
I mean, think of it as a workout.
Who wants that?
Nope.
You get shredded,
Not this
bro.
guy. Not this
Shredded
guy.
playing arms.
Get ripped playing arms.
I don't need to be ripped.
Just get straight yoked.
I got confidence in my fat self that sells.
It doesn't though. You gotta
It
get some
does.
arms.
Chicks dig it.
Don't skip legs though, or you'll be
I don't have to worry about legs.
you'll be one of those guys. Don't just
That's
play
where it
arms.
started at legs.
So they showed little counter moves that aren't necessarily with the arms. That's what I find interesting. In that it's not just about swinging your arms and flailing about. There does seem to be some strategy to it. I wonder how this game plays with a Pro Controller.
Mm-hmm. Or if you even can.
I think you can. I just wonder if that's a legitimate experience. This might be something I'll look into. I wish that I could Redbox a Switch game.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand it's not a disc and you would lose it.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to play this. Maybe they'll put a demo out if they believe in it. If you're listening to Nintendo and you really believe in it, put a demo out. Don't be scared. Per Dan's request, sticking with the Switch news, the Switch was the top-selling console for March, according to NPD, with the PS4 coming in second and the Xbox One coming in third, making it the fifth straight month that the PS4 has beaten the Xbox One.
I think this result is totally expected with the release of the Switch.
Yeah, I mean, it pretty much had the entire launch window in there. I think it was expected. It's good to see them be on top, though, because I think even on the launch of the Wii U, they didn't win that month.
Right.
So I could be wrong about that.
But then
it's
again,
good.
it was the Wii U, so.
People were pumped about it till it came out.
Which is not a good thing.
Right. I mean, so there was that real fear that they were just making the Wii U 2.0
yeah.
with a Switch. And when I opened the Switch, before I played it, like there was some real worry. It looked
I'm
good.
not gonna lie. This is the first time in a very, very long time Nintendo did well marketing a new system they were coming out with.
I was like, what if it's just the Wii U? And then I turned it on, and I was like, never mind.
Right.
But there was like a real fear as I opened that box, and I'm like, what if this is just the Wii U? Like,
Which you
without the
love,
console
so it
part.
shouldn't matter for you, Ryan. You love the Wii U.
Yeah, I know, but I already have one. I didn't need to spend $300 on another one.
As soon as I picked up the tablet, I was like, all right, this is worth it. Worth the money.
You ever just carry the tablet itself around? It's weird.
Yeah, it does feel weird.
It's like too thick to be like a regular tablet. But it's
Yeah.
easy. It's easy enough to hold with like one hand because of the size.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of like it. This is also for Dan, and he's probably going to go off a little bit on this one. The NES Classic Edition has been officially discontinued. Now, there was some chatter about a month ago about it being discontinued. That didn't come from Nintendo, but Nintendo has now officially announced that it is discontinued. They have also stated that this was always part of the plan. They were never going to keep this running. They actually added additional manufacturing and shipping to these to try to meet some of the supply. They know people who want them still haven't had a chance to get them. They will continue supplies through April, and that will be the end of it. So
It's crap.
if you want one, you better find one. I know GameStop's got a huge shipment last week. I think they're probably all gone everywhere, unless you've got one of these GameStops that's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, they're up to like $350 on eBay.
Yeah.
And
Just buy a Switch.
eBay and Amazon. What's that?
Just buy a Switch if you're going to drop that money.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem. Is this was a chance for Nintendo. If Nintendo would have continued this until there was some stock left on shelves, meaning most of the people who wanted one had gotten one, that would have been so much to do goodwill to their fans. Instead, they're like, oh, now everybody got one? Well, fuck it. We got all the money we want. Fuck you guys.
Well, it's got to be because they're going to sell these games on the Virtual Console. That has to be the why they're stepping back, because they want to sell you these for $4 each.
I understand that, but there is a huge divide between the people who played these games on Nintendo, not a huge age divide, I should say, and the people who have the expendable income who had a Nintendo to go out and buy a Switch so they can play these games on Virtual Console. I mean, this was an answer for an entire demographic that Nintendo knows they have and seems to ignore.
Well, I just think they were cannibalizing their opportunity to sell, because I'll buy Mario 3.
You will, but you already have a Switch.
What I was going to say is I would buy it on this Classic and I would buy it on this, but that's not going to be everybody.
No, some people are only, there's people out there that would love to be able to play those games again, and $60 they might have to save for, a week or two to get it, and they can't afford to save for a $300 console, so they're shit out of luck.
And who knows if this is permanent or if they'll come out with a new one that has different games on it. They also ended the production of the classic Famicom in Japan, and the weird thing about this one is they wrote on the website, this product has ended production for now. When production is being resumed, we will tell you on our website. So I don't know if that's the same for the Classic, and they're going to bring it out once or twice a year like the McRib.
I don't know either.
But it's a weird way to do it. It seems like you could just keep making them. There's nothing to them.
I don't know. They started out putting them out in, October? Is that right?
Sometime last year. They were the hot holiday toy for sure.
Right. So they've probably been out for 6 months.
I know 2 people that have them, and they both sing the praises of them.
They never have one. I've looked for one, and
this bothers me more than the system. They're discontinuing that sweet NES controller that has the Wii U hookup.
Yeah,
that allows you to play all the NES games on your Wii U that you've paid for with the actual controller. That's more damaging for me because I didn't get one of those, and I really wanted one just to have in case I ever unbox that Wii U.
Like at this point, you guys know, all the listeners know, I've said it a number of times, I am not sold on the Wii, or on the Switch. I was looking forward to getting an edition to get a NES Classic when it finally, they kind of had a stock of them and they were just kind of sitting. And I was willing to pay the $60 or whatever it was, but I didn't want to constantly have to go search for it. And I don't like to ask people, do you have this? That pisses me off. I would rather not have something than have to talk to strangers.
Just add $240 to then pick yourself up a Switch.
Yeah, I don't want to. I'm not sold on the Switch.
Did you
I don't
hear
want
about
all the extra
Amiibo?
bullshit I have to get for $250.
Did you hear about the Amiibo?
There yet.
You don't have to get anything else for it if you don't care about taking care of it. Like if you're not worried about scratching the screen up or having a case.
If I want just the games that's on the Classic, I have to get the Switch and all that entails. And I'm not sold on that part yet. And pay $4 each.
Or maybe they'll be free with the Nintendo online service.
You're not helping your case.
Nah,
I don't want one.
Nah.
I hope. Would you stop trying to sell me on it?
I'm not trying. It's selling itself.
It's not selling. I hope yours catches fire.
Matt's buying another one right now. That's why he's so quiet. He's on Amazon ordering a second one.
That's it.
That's how sold he is.
Or the Benadryl is kicked in and I'm passing out.
His Switch are going to be breeding. Maybe you can buy one off him.
Mm-hmm.
You get a male and a female Switch now, so that's what happens.
I hope they catch fire too and melt his PS4.
That'd be fine.
How does that work?
They probably are fairly close to each other, I would imagine. No? You better hope you're home then, otherwise the whole place is up in flames and everything's going to melt.
Yeah.
Not going to have a stove, couch, TV, nothing.
I keep the Switcheroony goes in the living room. So
Switchosaurus Rex.
Mm-hmm.
Switchzilla. These nicknames making you want it more, Dan?
No, I don't want one right now.
Huh.
It's weird. Project Scorpio will be unveiled at E3. This isn't a shock, but we finally got confirmation from Phil Spencer. With Project Scorpio, we created a console with the goal of being the ultimate place for developers to realize their visions and the best place to play any Xbox game. We're excited to unveil Project Scorpio and the amazing game experience it powers at E3 in June. Not a shock, but we have confirmation.
Yeah, well, this is pretty much what
we're
we
gonna
knew.
We're gonna get a look at this bastard, though.
Yeah,
we're gonna get
it's
a
pretty
price.
much what we knew going into the week.
We're gonna get a release
everything
date.
that came out about it last week.
There's also leaked pictures of the developer unit, which obviously not what the final product is going to look like, because it's got an LCD running the stats, the frames per second and whatnot down there, which I assume the final unit will not have. But I gotta say, this dev unit looks pretty good. Looks hardcore like a VCR.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it looks so VCR-y. I mean, if you cut a flap out of that thing, it's ready to play VHS today.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, I like the way that it looks. I'd play that. This next story I thought was neat. There's not a lot here, but apparently in the past, Xbox has designed several handheld. Very rough design. They didn't get to any kind of... it doesn't sound like they got to anything more than the idea stage and what they would look like. Right. I wish this would have happened. I want the handheld market to thrive, and in order for it to thrive, it's got to be more than just Nintendo there.
Would you imagine that Microsoft, instead of going with the handhelds, threw their money into the cell phone business and lost their ass on that, obviously? But
no, I think they probably put their money in the Kinect.
That too.
Yeah. Good call.
Good thinking.
The new.
I don't necessarily know that a handheld would have sold. I mean, with the exception of Nintendo, not that they're not good systems. But with the exception of the Nintendo products, not many handhelds do well.
Why not, though? That's what I don't understand, because, we talk a lot about how cell phones have cannibalized that market, but they haven't, because Nintendo continues to dominate with handheld.
Like, I think a lot of the handhelds now is Pokemon. A lot of them is younger. They're real easy for younger folks to grab onto and pick up. They're relatively affordable, so parents can afford to buy them. Handhelds do great in a lot of other countries. They don't do that well here. We don't have a lot of public transportation. We just don't have a lot of downtime that doesn't involve us being at home, where a handheld is necessary or something that we use. I mean, you might get 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there by the time you power up your handheld and get to the game or get whatever game you want in there. I don't think the country of the United States is a viable option because of the way it runs for handhelds.
I almost exclusively play my handheld at home because I don't go anywhere.
Right.
But I would love to see a Vita too. I would love to see Xbox enter that handheld market and just make a Nintendo be better, make Vita 2 be better, make the Xbox handheld edition, Xbox 2, make it be better. I think that's a market that can exist and can be successful. I just think with only Nintendo there, it's hard. And as great as the Vita was, Sony made some real missteps with the support of that system after it launched. Because the system itself was great. It needed 2 triggers. They needed to not have the back touch. It needed 2 triggers. And they needed to continue the support there. But yeah, I thought this was interesting. Just the idea that, and I'm sure there's a million things. They've probably also worked on dumb shit for it too. But
they probably worked on a number of things.
That fleshlight attachment we spoke of a long time ago.
Right. a long time ago.
It's just good to see that they thought about a handheld at least. The biggest Xbox story of the week is that Microsoft will begin to offer refunds on digital game purchases through Xbox Live across Xbox One and PC.
Yeah.
According to an upcoming update, which was posted on Reddit. Works very similar to Steam. There seem to be some rules that surface later on NeoGAF. It's available on some digital titles if you play them less than 2 hours.
Yep.
But you do have to at least try them. You can't just buy it and immediately request a refund. Or
you can't finish the game and then request a refund because you didn't like it.
Right. So it is automatic if you fall within those parameters and you click the button. If it works the way it seems to, you would immediately be refunded. Unfortunate for the guys with short games, in which maybe your entire game could be beaten in 2 hours, and we'll have to see how the rules work on this.
I'm pretty sure that is probably only in place for AAA. I'm sure that's not the rule for indie games. I'm sure at this point it's probably AAA.
I bet it hits everything.
That's
not everything.
Yeah.
I bet it does hit indies though. I bet it hits the ones that people are saying, a 10-hour game or whatever. I bet there's a link with, the developer math that they use because they love to brag about how long their game is. I bet that will have to get more realistic because I bet if they go over a certain hour point, Microsoft will have them allow this.
Yeah, we'll have to. It'll be interesting to find out what happens. Overall, I think it's a good thing. Obviously. So
with so many games flooding the market, there's real shit out there.
Yeah,
and we talk about having to sort through both stores and the marketplaces to find good games, but I can't even think of a single game that I purchased that I was like, I want my fucking money back.
Me either. Like, I think this is a good thing, but it just kind of...
People are going to take advantage of it, though.
Yeah, it is a good thing, but it pulls accountability away from the consumer. At some point, you have to be responsible for the shit you buy. You have to claim some responsibility for the things that happen to you. And if you make a bad decision because you didn't do your research or whatever, if it's advertised falsely or whatever, I want to play Black Tiger because even though those graphics look like shit, and I know they look like shit, I want to play it because that's me.
Yeah, but if I had bought Mass Effect and like pre-patch, I would have wanted my money back.
Okay, it probably makes sense for like Assassin's Creed Unity and maybe Mass Effect for a launch, Drive Club. It probably does make sense for those titles. But what will come out of this though is people buy something, maybe they're like, I'm not good at it, or it's too hard, or I'm just, like Dan said, I'm just not informed about what this was, and I bought it based off of that 1 inch by 1 inch picture that I saw in the store.
Right.
Like, that sucks because some of those games will not get a chance now. Sometimes I play stuff, I continue on because I paid for it, and I do find something I like.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas now I'll stop because I don't want to go over that 2-hour mark.
And that's the thing. That's one of the things that has, since video gaming has become so mainstream, that's one of the things that has kind of disappeared, I think, is that sense of discovery that came with finding it. It's the same thing. You go into a record store or a CD store and just browse through something till you looked at it and you're like, oh, this looks cool. And, sometimes you'd find a gem. Sometimes you'd find some shit. But you took a chance on it because those were the things you could do. It was that sense of discovery, that sense of adventure. That's kind of gone away these days. And it's kind of sad.
I agree. We'll see what happens with all this. I do think there's positive and negative to it. I don't want to seem like I'm shitting on it because I like the idea. I just want to see the business rules put in place because I don't want this to hurt the little guy.
I mean, it's just like anything else. If it's done properly, it can be a great benefit. But once it starts getting abused and used, and that's when it's going to cause. It's like anything else, But we'll just have to see how it goes.
Yep. Last story of the week, we finally get some PlayStation news in here for our PlayStation listeners. This story's a little old at this point, but it released after we did last week's podcast. But Uncharted: The Lost Legacy got a release date and a price. So it'll launch August 22nd. Standalone DLC. They showed off a new trailer. They also announced the price, $40 for this standalone DLC. Nothing? No comment?
It's not included with the season pass either, is it?
No.
Mm-mm.
Oh, it's
That's
$40.
That's bullshit. What did I buy the season pass for?
All the multiplayer stuff.
4 maps and 6 guns? That's what I spent $24 on?
I don't know. Did you buy the map or the season pass?
Yeah, I did.
I didn't buy the season. I think the season pass might have been included because I bought the luxury edition.
Right. I bought the one that had the season pass included.
I bought the statue one. I can't remember if that came with it or not. I don't know. It's not included in that. It's $40, and that's a lot.
It's standalone. It's not DLC.
That's a lot of money.
What is a lot of money?
What are the participating retailers where you get the copy of Jak and Daxter?
I think it is almost everybody. I think it's Amazon, GameStop, Best Buy. which
That
does
kinda
sweeten
makes
the
it worth
deal
it.
a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's almost like they're having to do that because it's too expensive.
Yeah, I think that's probably true. At $40, it's a little much, so you got to toss in another free game. But
Now, Naughty Dog is saying that the game could last up to 10 hours. Well, it could last forever, depending on how you play it. So that doesn't do anything for me.
Could last
how long,
up to...
how long does the average Joe take to finish this game? That's what I want to know.
Right.
Because
you think it's 5 hours?
Gunning through start to finish.
Yeah, is it a 3-hour game? It could last forever, so that doesn't do anything for me. How long does it last? You pulled a guy off the street who had played Uncharted before. How long does this game last?
Well, not just that, but by saying it could last 10 hours, that tells me that 10 hours is the max.
That's the
Playtime you can
goofy-ass
get out of that.
motherfucker who played through it super slow like I would.
Right.
So I can expect that probably, but not everybody will be able to.
Right. I'm guessing like an hour and a half tops for me.
You know, if that's a 4-hour game, are you willing to pay $10 an hour to play some more Uncharted without Nate Drake?
Mm-hmm.
And I know Dan is to have that camera behind Chloe for 4 hours.
Chloe. I like
But,
Chloe.
You know, I just think the price is too high here.
I do too.
Having said that, I'm going to pick it up.
Right. I mean, I'll buy it too, but it's too expensive.
Though. It's too high.
But, I mean, even Metal Gear wasn't that much. The prequel there.
Mm-mm. It was $29.99.
That was $29.99.
And if you waited like an hour and a half, you could pick that thing up for like $7.
Right.
Yeah, I think they're just giving it away now.
Yeah, I think they did put it on Plus.
Yeah, it was.
It's just high. Maybe you'll get a discount for having that season pass, Dan.
Maybe
you get like 10% off.
Maybe not.
Maybe you'll pay full fucking price because you want it.
Right. Maybe
Something's got to pay for The Last of Us too, Dan.
That's a little expensive, especially if you consider that they said this was going to be. I think they said this was going to be the last of the DLC for Uncharted. Is that right?
I think that's right. Sounds right. I mean, they may do some more online bullshit.
Yeah, but as far as the story goes, that's it, and that's not even included with your DLC. You got to buy that standalone. It's kind of shit. I don't know if it's an experiment to see how this works or what, but we'll see. I'm sure it's going to sell fucking gangbusters because people like you and I are
last light though.
What?
Or First Light or whatever it's called for.
It was $14.99.
Yeah, so the price is different, but you know that did feel like a separate experience. So if they can take that and Naughty Dog it up, you know, maybe I won't feel bad once I start playing it. But that just up front, that seems high.
Yeah.
And I think about all the Switch games I have to buy and the Amiibo, and I mean, where's it all come from?
I wonder if this is
go to Advanced Financial, get that payday loan.
No, I'm guessing it's gonna have a physical release.
I hope so. Advanced Financial 247.com.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, payday advance loans.
How about
checking a cash?
Cash for title.
Oh shit. Title Mac.
Yeah.
Get your title back at Title Mac. We had this discussion before.
We have.
I'll tell you what clip I really like is the there's a hair, maybe it's a Bosley, I don't know, it's a hair regrowth commercial that plays all the time. And they're showing different people talking about their hair, but they come to this guy. He goes, "It's my hair. I'll comb it if I want. I'll cut it if I want. I'll mess it up if I want." And when he says that, he like messes his hair all up. And I like this guy a whole lot. I don't know who he is, but I want to find him. And I just want to have him on the podcast.
I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah, you need to find the clip for it because he's like, "It's my own hair." But when he gets, he's like, "I'll mess it up if I want." He throws his hands up. You should find it. Good.
I'll have to give it a look-see.
I couldn't even tell you what to search for, but it plays every 5 minutes, so next time I see it, I'll let you know who it's for. But it's really good. Just that one part, because he's so intense about it. It's got a star on there, too. There's somebody famous, I think. There's like a Danny Bonaducci or somebody on there at the beginning. But what makes it so good is that guy. That guy's so good.
It's got to be him because that's not a random name you just come up with.
No, it's not him. It's really not him. I just picked somebody. I think it's Greg Brady. What's his name?
Barry?
Yeah, I think
I can't remember his last name. It's Barry
I think that's who it is. You could probably search for Greg Brady hair regrowth commercial.
Hair regrowth.
Yeah. Because I think that's who it is.
I have to
It'd be better if it was Danny Bonucci. He'd be drunk, though. All right, that's it for the news. Now it's time for our favorite segment, apparently your favorite segment, Gone But Not Forgotten, where we reach back in our gaming past, we pull out an old classic for you. Check it out, watch some videos, play it if you can find it. This week, it's my turn.
Go for it, Ryan. What do you got?
That old classic for PlayStation Portable, Loco Roco. I loved the first Loco Roco.
That was pretty...
Yeah, good. You should watch it. You should, if you could find it, you should play it. I think it came back out on PS3 later on. There's another version, maybe.
I think so. I played it on my Go.
Yeah. Oh, man. The PSP Go, underrated.
That
so
was an
small.
underrated system.
It's like a Switch controller. So tiny.
Tiny.
But Loco Roco, it's fun. It's colorful. The music is amazing. It was just something different in a time where everything felt the same. And then Patapon came along after that, which is another great one. But Loco Roco got it started with the art style and the way they were doing, and it just felt different. It felt like maybe they were on drugs.
Kind of like Matt right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
But not Benadryl, like they were on some of that LSD.
Maybe some PCP.
Maybe some acid.
Ooh.
Tripping balls when they made this game.
Maybe some sweet tots.
You play as like a gooey, blobby ball. For anyone who hasn't seen it, you eat these special berries. You understand what I'm saying about the drugs? You eat these special berries and you get bigger. You can also break down small to fit through the tight areas and then combine back together to get large and in charge again.
Large and in charge.
Yeah, Loco Roco, check it out. Came out in 2006 on the PlayStation Portable. It is a Sony joint.
That game is 11 years old already? Holy shit.
Yeah, getting old, bro. Getting old.
I've been old. I'm getting older.
Every day. Loco.
Not wiser.
Loco
Just
Roco.
older.
Japan Studios, I think. Let me see if I have that information in front of me. Yeah, Japan Studios.
Japan Studios.
It's quirky. It's neat. It holds up because of the art style.
Yeah, the art style is really good and very. You're right. Very the colors really pop in it.
Yeah, I would like to play a new Loco Roco on a 4K HDR. Probably pop an instant chub when I saw those colors, especially playing on
make
like
your eyes explode.
Playing on like a LED TV too with that true colors, like the fucking black is black. Probably just throw up from all the excitement. Just instant vomit.
Nothing wrong with that.
As soon as you turn the game on, people just puke everywhere. I'd play
Actually,
that.
there might be some complaints if it's everybody. I thought you meant just you.
No, everybody.
Yeah, there might be some complaints.
Would you pay $3 for a game that makes anyone who's watching it puke immediately?
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Me too.
I would pay $3 to have someone else play it.
Well, here's the thing. Once you have it, that's the beauty. You can check out this new PS4 game. I'm going to go grab a glass of water.
Now, does it only happen the first time or every time?
Every time. You can't even see it when you're showing it to them. You have to leave and then come back and see the vomit.
You can't even play it. It's a waste of $3.
It's not to have something that you can make people throw up on command.
Well, yeah, that's not a cool superpower at all.
Yes, it is. You have a friend over.
I disagree, Dan. That's pretty cool superpower.
Yeah. You have a friend come over. You're like, hey, check out this new joint. I'm just going to go check on the grill. And you're, ah! Oh, man, what happened to you?
No.
You hand him a bucket and a controller, and you're like, have fun. I'm like, what's the bucket for? And you're like, just play it.
It'd be funny to. You'd get really sick of that, I promise.
Would you, if you
You're
bought
really tired of watching people puke.
Would you try it? You'd have to try it, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like as a control, like just to know that it works?
Just, or you want to be, no, in my mind, I want to be the guy that's like, yeah, it's not going to make me throw up.
Oh, you're too tough to puke because of the game, yeah.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're over the toilet, you're out, there's nothing left, and you're still just dry heaving because your body doesn't understand.
Yeah.
You're just, I can't do this anymore. Abs hurt, head hurts.
Throat's all burnt to shit inside.
Yeah, snot dripping out.
Yeah.
The human body.
It's a wonderful machine.
Yeah, you call that game like Delightful Wonderful World or something like that, too. You don't call it like Puke Machine.
Right.
So people are like, oh, what is this with the rainbows and butterflies on it? Oh. We'll research that.
Yeah. That's our next plan game. We got a lot of video game plans. That's one of them. We'll throw that one in the mix somewhere.
Yeah, the puke machine, also known as Happy Wonderful World.
Happy Wonderful World. That's what it should be. Happy Wonderful World.
We'll look into that. That's down the line when we figure out how to make people vomit, but that's
there's some logistics.
Right. There's a couple things we have to work out about the human body before we get there. Make sure you follow us on the social media. We are all together at game_stitch. I am at Podcast Ryan. Dan is at Shirtless Dan. And Matt is at Goddammit Matt.
Goddammit, man.
Like he said earlier, next Thursday, 4/20, we'll be live with the Gamestitch Live, which is a totally new show, brand new thing, brand new idea. And that will be live on YouTube. YouTube.com/Gamestitch.
Yeah.
Man, you and Benadryl really don't mix.
Yeah, you guys don't do well together.
Dude, me and Benadryl we're either the best of friends or the worst of friends, depending on how you look at it.
Why don't you... It's like... I always thought Benadryl was to, like, take swelling down. Aren't you supposed to take, like, Sudafed for, like...
Oh, yeah, if I want to, like, pass out for the rest of the day.
You can't take Sudafed unless you're cooking meth now.
Take Zyrtec.
That's stupid, too. Benadryl just...
makes you sleepy.
It makes the nose swelling go down so I can breathe, and it helps with the throat.
It makes you sleepy. It makes everybody sleepy.
Benadryl's for when you have allergies, dude.
I don't take Benadryl.
Yeah,
I take Zyrtec.
I don't take either.
Without the D. Without the no D.
I'm too strong to take either one. I just sniff.
If I need to. I don't really have allergies too much.
Oh, you're too strong for them?
Oh, yeah.
Allergies are like, hey, and Dan's like, fuck you, get away.
Right. King Kong got nothing on me.
I'll whoop your ass if you come over here. I don't do allergies. I do allergies real bad.
And allergies don't do me.
I get them real bad. Thanks for joining us. This has been episode 222. We also want to give a special shout out to our friend Garrett Wade for making this show possible on patreon.com/Gamestitch.
Important note about Garrett. I don't know if you guys saw his Twitter post.
Oh, I did. I'm excited about this.
He received a PS4.
Yeah.
Welcome home, brother.
Yeah, brother.
We'll be playing some hit us up. We'll make sure you get our PSNs.
Yes.
And add us up on that mofo so we can play some games. Play some League of Rockets.
League of Rockets.
Yeah, I don't know what else. I saw he had a copy of Horizon.
He does have a copy of Horizon.
Yeah,
I saw that.
That's exciting. I don't know. I feel good about that purchase for him.
Yeah, I think you did. Mm-hmm. You did well.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be happy with that.
You're gonna enjoy that.
He wants that game Hellblade that's coming out.
Yes, he does.
I seriously think he bought it because of that game.
I think so too.
Here, the order of events are: how do I play this game? And our response is get a PS4, and then it's like, I got a PS4.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'm excited. Now, I will say that trailer for that game looks incredibly creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the developer journal that I posted in the Discord over on the subscriber channel is very, like, that game's going to be psychologically a lot different than a lot of games that have ever come out. I'm curious to see how it does.
It does look like it's really going to fuck with your mind, for lack of a better word.
Yeah.
Ninja Theory. Maybe it'll play a lot like Heavenly Sword.
I hope not. God, I hope not.
I love that game.
It kind of looks to me like Eternal Darkness and Heavenly Sword smashed up together.
Yeah,
See, I'll be honest,
I can see that banged out a baby.
I thought Horizon was going to play a lot like Heavenly Sword. So, and I was worried about getting it at first.
Is this because it has a strong female lead, Dan?
No. It might have been the red hair.
Right.
It might have been
Gingers all have to play the same. I got you.
Because they both have red hairs.
Right.
Yeah.
But I was very afraid it was going to play. Well, because I thought with the different machines and the different weapons, you need to switch styles for certain machines and things like that. I was overjoyed that you didn't, because that game is good.
Heavenly Sword's good, too.
I don't like Heavenly Sword. I don't like games where you have to switch styles. It's one of the reasons I don't like For Honor. Because you have to switch stance or switch fighting style. I don't like those.
You gotta go goofy
Too complicated. Yeah.
You gotta go goofy foot.
I don't want a goofy foot. I don't want a southpaw. I don't want to do any of that shit.
Ooh, shit. What if you southpaw with a goofy foot?
You
dominant
can't,
leg back.
Because then your stance is wrong.
Or is it just right?
No, it's wrong.
Thanks for joining us. Have a happy Easter. At this point, you will have already had either a happy or a sad Easter.
Mm-hmm.
But
I have a good Monday, though. And a good rest of the week.
Sure. Hope your week is fine.
I hope your week is happy and wonderful.
Do you have any kind of Easter puns you want to end with? I used the only one I had.
I'll leave that for you.
Should I try to find one real quick? I will feel like it's only right to go out with one.
You don't... Okay. Well, sure, find one.
Fill the time, Matt.
That's all I got.
How about 20 Easter puns to crack you up from badegg.com?
20 Easter puns to crack you up. Go for it.
Oh, man, it's a picture. It won't work.
Oh, man.
Here's a cheesy joke, and this is a picture of a cheese grater. It has nothing to do with Easter.
It doesn't.
Oh, man, these won't work at all. I don't have one.
Waiting.
How about this? Happy Easter, all my peeps. And it's just a picture of the little yellow guys all hanging out.
It's not one of your better ones.
It's not mine.
I know.
Came from the Hut.
The Hut? Which Hut?
Not the pizza one.
Not the Pizza Hut.
Excellent egg puns.
Not the Java one.
Oh.
There you go. Excellent.
Exciting. Ecstatic.
These are just
extravagant.
egg puns.
Explosive. Extreme. Exercise.
I thought you were trying to do Easter puns.
Extreme. Well, Easter's all about eggs.
Eggs.
When you search for Easter puns, you just get egg puns. These are listed as slightly harder to work into a conversation.
I'll tell you what. As far as your Easter puns, why don't you get back to me in 3 days?
Don't yoke with me.
There you go. That's a good one.
You're poaching my best yoke.
Yeah, I like it. You did it too, Matt. Did you realize it?
What did I say?
I nailed
I'm so
it.
high right now. Yeah, there we go.
I'm scrambled. I might whisk it. You're so hard boiled, which sounds kind of dirty. I think that's the one I want to go out with. Look at your loved one after you listen to this podcast and let them know how hard boiled you are, and just see what happens.
There's only one person who's ever been hard boiled, and that's Chow Yun Fat.
Rest in peace.
What?
Is he dead?
No, I don't think
He's
so.
not dead.
He quit making movies anyone cared about, though.
Yeah, what's the last one he made? Bulletproof Monk?
Yeah. Rest in peace, like I said.
He's not He's not dead. He probably just fucking chilling in a hammock somewhere because he got so much of that John Woo money.
Oh, shit. That John Woo money. Like John Woo's cutting him a check. I don't think that's how it works.
Him and John Woo were the fucking superstars there for like a 10-year period.
You think they got the heart keychain that's split in half? It's best on one side, friends on the other?
I didn't say they were lovers. I said...
You don't have to be lovers to have that keychain.
Yes, you do.
I've been thinking about getting one that's split in 3 ways and sending you guys the other 2 parts.
All right, it's just going in garbage.
Can't wait to get that.
That's fucked up because Matt'll keep his.
Hell
That's
yeah, I wear
fine.
mine
He
every
can
day.
keep his.
He's not even sentimental and he'll keep his.
Yeah, dude.
So if we ever meet up, we can connect them in the powers.
I don't know about powers, but
Wonder
we connect
triplets?
them.
I'm like, Earth. And he's like,
Form
when?
of
And you're like,
water?
I threw mine away.
Maybe you should just get one that splits 2 ways and send it to Matt. Just leave me out of it.
We're a threesome, though.
We are not a threesome.
We are. There's 3 of us. That's how it works. A menage. As the late, great Ja Rule said.
He's not dead.
When's the last time he did anything that mattered?
Well, he was in prison for tax evasion up until last year. So.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's that movie with Steven Seagal?
He's 6 feet under with Chow Yun Fat right now. They're all dead. It was a bomb that got him. At the box office. You see what I did there?
I did.
This has been episode 222s. I like to call it that. It sounds risky. It sounds like something new.
I don't like it.
222.
It's got to be triple deuce.
Deuce cubed.
Deuce cubed.
Yeah, 222 of the official Gamestitch Podcast. Remember,
A
this
third of the
podcast
beast.
posts every Monday, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time on podcast services around the globe. And you can support us over at patreon.com/GameStitch. Good night.
Good night.
Or good morning.